So this is our fourth year of offering summer programs with the help of our a very generous partner AT&T and several other businesses in the community. But this year we wanted to expand the effort, so we're doing a camp called the Hand in Hand Project. That's hand like your hand. So what we've done is we've identified a candidate for that was in need of a hand or a prosthesis due to an injury that he had and lost his four fingers. And so the students have come together to learn about the anatomy of the hand. We've had some presentations from a couple of orthopedic surgeons, Dr. John Fadi and Dr. Michael Fitzgerald. Very informative for the students to learn about as much as they can about a hand. And then we've had great partners here this week with Syracuse Prosthetics and the River Dog Productions, helping us to have the students visualize what it would take to design, put into a computer for modeling, and then to ultimately print a hand on a 3D printer. We have some students here from Oneida. We have some from the Oswego County area, and but primarily they're from Central New York.
So Nicole Chidsey from Syracuse Orthopedic Specialists. We are Central New York's largest provider of orthopedic care, and we are proud to collaborate to help put on the Hand in Hand camp for our community. Earlier this week, the students had a unique opportunity to interact with two of SOS's orthopedic surgeons, the now retired Dr. John Fadi and our own Dr. Michael Fitzgerald. These surgeons and the entire team at SOS are committed to caring for our community, and we are so pleased to know that one of our own patients is a candidate for a hand prosthesis that's being made this week, thanks to everyone involved. It's STEM programs like these that are making a difference in our community where we live. The students here are being offered an opportunity to learn about leadership and philanthropy while owning in on their passions to work in fields such as medicine and engineering.
My name is Jeff Tayo. I'm the clinical director here at Syracuse Prosthetic Center. We were fortunate enough the last couple of weeks to be part of the AT&T Hand in Hand program. We volunteered to help out with the program. We gave a introductory lecture to the team leaders over there, just background information on prosthetics and what it is we do. The first week of the program, it was just for the team leaders. You could see in the second half of the week when the team leaders were directing their teams, how that training had helped. Some of our staff were able to go over and help with the actual program, building the 3D printed partial hand device for the gentleman that was the recipient. It was an amazing experience for us to be part of, just helping out with the kids and seeing what they were able to do, in a relatively short amount of time, and I was blown away by the amount of knowledge they already had and how they were able just to jump right in and do some of the design work on a computer, and how terrific they were, just helping out and getting a pretty complicated task done in such a small amount of time. They were a terrific group of kids, and you could tell that they were interested and passionate about what they were doing.
They asked me to be the technical guy here and help with the engineering, the design, the mechanical design of the prosthetic, as well as the 3D printing. We had access to some 3D files that the kids downloaded and learned some new software this week, and were able to modify those 3D files to fit the dimensions and measurements of our patient, of the amputee. And they input that information into the 3D file, and we downloaded it to the software for slicing the STL files for the 3D printer, and then sent that to the 3D printer. We printed the parts, we set them up before we left one evening, came back in the morning, and the parts are all printed. The kids learned how to run the 3D printer, set up the software, as well as how to remove the parts from the 3D printer. They're not ready to go. They have a lot of extra features and details on them called supports, and they learn how to use some tools that they haven't used in the past, and how to clean up the parts and get them to work. There's a lot of finessing, a lot of sanding and filing, and a little bit of drilling, and they were able to do a lot of the mechanical aspect of this to get these prosthetics working for our amputee.